Closure for the family of Lorraine Virginia Collier 3 years after she disappeared.
To figure out hoist points and what to do and get a game plan and all of this. It's pretty neat.
Collier had been missing since 2019 after leaving on a trip to visit her family in Alabama.
We are back in Glencoe, Alabama, working the cold case of 83-year-old missing grandma, Virginia Collier. Now we're going to pop up on the map here just so you have a good idea as to the location we're currently at, where her brother to the south lived in Glencoe, and where her brother to the north lived in Gadsden. As we start to kind of triangulate, Jeremy here from Exploring with Nug has done some searching here. We've also done some searching a little over a year ago, but we're coming back to this case with, I'm not really going to say new information, but new skills that as we have now solved another 12 plus cold cases since we've been here last, we've learned a lot. We have newer technology and our search patterns are a little bit different. I'm not going to say that we missed Virginia the first time because I'm very confident in the areas that Jeremy has searched as well as the areas that we've searched, we've cleared those. But we do have a new boat ramp that one of our viewers reached out to us and said, Jared, there's a ferry right on the other side for an old road that's not used anymore. And as you can see, it goes straight into the water. Maybe she was on this side of the river. Maybe she went in on this side. We don't know. We're going to search this one today. But the one that I am most interested in is I actually missed it the first time. And this is a little bit further south, and we'll pop this up on the map right here. But this boat ramp is a little bit further to the south that if and when she first left her brother's house in Glencoe off of Macon Road down there, this would have been turning left at the ball fields, accidentally driving into the river. We've seen this now time and time again with senior citizens, with those that have dementia, with those that are a little bit confused, that this location that we never searched, you didn't search it, I didn't search it, makes a lot of sense. And it's kind of my first choice, but we were a little bit further south or further to the north today, coming back into Atlanta. And so we did decide to go ahead and take this case on as we were passing through. So
the vehicle in question today is an electric blue 2019 Kia Optima. And if you guys haven't seen the first episode on this case, the link will be in the description below.
Now I'm kind of surprised also because it was a 2019, like OnStar was not activated on it.
Even if it's not activated, it still tracks. So it really bothers me to know that that information isn't out there.
Yeah, and then as Jeremy and I were also talking, the case, evidently she did not have her cell phone, or her cell phone was not charged, so we don't have any tracking on her phone either.
No, I guess she left her cell phone at her brother's house.
Yeah.
I guess on accident and left. So that doesn't help us at all.
Some additional information that we have on this story as well is the potential that there may have been a sighting. Tell us a little bit more about the sighting and the gas that might have been given to her if this was indeed her.
From what I've heard on that, and I haven't confirmed any of this, she was spotted that night driving erratically. And I really don't have the details on that, besides that somebody did see her and wanted to help, apparently gave her some gas, and then she left, but she left in a fury. And the guy just kind of said, well, I guess she's good to go, and that was it. Now, this is all hearsay too. I don't really know anything about this one.
Yeah, because we have no location on that one. We don't know, supposedly she had sped past the gas station and didn't stop, and that's kind of when they just said, oh, well, there goes my gas can, and wherever she's gonna go.
Yeah, it's a tough one because brother A and brother B, it's not very far, and there's only so many ways she could have went, but yet nobody has spotted anything yet. We searched the river numerous times, about scoured this river. There's not many more places we can look, and then after that, it's a crapshoot on ponds and lakes. So hopefully we can find her today.
And like I said, I have a really good feeling more so about the boat ramp to the south, but we're gonna go ahead and get started here since we're already here to the north, and then we're gonna check that south boat ramp and let's see if we can find and bring Virginia home today. Feet deep. Might have a car right there at the very bottom there. We'll have to come back over it and check it in a few minutes. So the viewer reached out to me. We're at 10 feet deep here. We can clearly see the bottom of the boat ramp. So 5 feet, 3 feet. Oh, it gets shallow, real shallow here. So nothing there. A little bit of a back eddy here. So we'll actually check upstream just a little bit, just in case a vehicle caught the back eddy. And so what I like to do with this when I run these, Jeremy, is I like to first hit directly out from the boat ramp and just see if I'm going to catch anything on side scan or down imaging. Once I do that and I come out about 85 feet or so, 85 to 100 feet, I'm going to come back upstream and I'm going to start 35 feet out from the shore. Because it's a slower going current and I know that our speed is going to be below 3.5 miles an hour, I'll go ahead and run it downstream, but I'll run it downstream and upstream just to make sure I clear it, and then usually 35 feet from shore, and then maybe 75 feet or so out from shore, just make sure I'm covering everything. Now the other thing that we want to talk about when we are educating others on what it is that we're doing, what we're looking at. Right now we're really focused on the hummingbird here. So you can see at the depth we have 20 for the depth, and anything from black water column at the top down at the bottom is our depth. So you'll see the different grid lines and how it'll kind of coordinate with the depth there. On the bottom half of the screen here is our side imaging. So currently we're casting 75 feet to the left and 75 feet to the right. The little boat icon represents our boat, and then again anything in black is the water column from the bottom of the boat to the bottom of the river here. And when we come off these boat ramps like this, we then like to kind of gauge the speed of the river. Now when a vehicle goes in and once it sinks, it's going to settle in and it's going to stay in that location for years to come, even with big storms that come through, big flood waters. The time that is most critical is when the vehicle first goes in that first 2 to 10 minutes, depending on the river speed. This one is running a little about 1.5 miles an hour, 1.5 knots, so this river isn't very swift. Because of that, I would not guess that any vehicle is going to be down any further than about 100 yards max. But what we're going to do right now, we're going to run it down probably 200 yards. So we're going to go ahead and run it 3, just make sure we cover everything from the boat ramp on both sides here. Kind of want to bring some attention over to you and kind of give you kudos and credit. For those who do not know who you are, Exploring with Nug, Jeremy Sides, you found a couple of cold cases that you've solved on your own.
I did. I'm a superstar in Tennessee. Found 84-year-old Miriam Hemphill, and then 2 teenagers, Aaron Foster and Jeremy Bechtel, 21 years missing, and found them, brought them home.
And the community thought that was and let's talk about like the longer a case goes on, kind of the speculation and theories that these communities have over time.
Definitely. I mean, 20 years missing. The rumors that took off following their disappearance steered the investigation so far off track that nobody was even really thinking about just a simple car accident, and that's just what happened.
And we kind of had the same thing happen over there with Carrie Mae Parker in Lake Tawakoni, where the boyfriend had been under investigation, search warrants had been served, family accusations, and just so much, even families being torn apart from it as well. And in the end, it was nothing more than an accident. So, we don't intentionally go after anything that we know is straight up foul play, and so we're very careful about focusing on cases that are accidents or suicides. But those that do come in that are foul play, we do have to take a step back and say, is this really 100% straight up foul play, or is this something that's going to be nothing more than an accident? So anyway, that's an introduction to Jeremy, Exploring with Nug. If you've not yet subscribed to him, we do have his link in the description down below. So make sure you go support him in the same way that you're supporting us. Subscribing is free, by the way. That's really how we're able to come out here and we're able to help these families for free, you know, through the YouTube monetization, as well as donations on our websites as well. So please make sure that, you know, you are supporting, even if it's just a free subscription, that you're getting notifications when these new videos come out and you're sharing them as well. So we thank you for that. Now, Jeremy, you've been diving this river looking for Virginia.
Yes.
And you found a couple of vehicles now, and so kind of tell us about the vehicles you found and how far you've been finding them from the boat ramps and the locations that you have been finding them.
Well, most of the vehicles we've found so far have been like kind of not typical. We found, and they've all been pickups, but the reason we've been diving on them is there's also a missing person north of Gadsden named Oscar, and he went missing in a truck. So we've been keeping that in the back of our minds too when we find these pickups. But one of the pickups we found was actually in a small, they call it I think it's a creek, but it's just deep enough to hide a vehicle, about 12 feet deep. And it looks like it got there from a dirt road and they just launched it off the bank. So that's not typical. And then one of the other trucks we found looks like it was just barely rolled off of the rocks next to the boat ramp and just kind of slid down into a ravine. So underwater, it was sideways, about 12 feet down. But most cars that we do find have went downstream a good, you know, like, I would say at least 100 yards. And so like, I overdo it. Like I'll stay on the river and just keep going until I finally, it's like, there's no chance a car could have made it down here. This Virginia case though, it seems like it'd be easy to find her, but she is eluding us.
Yeah, both sides here are clear.
Not a car in sight.
I'm sad she wasn't here. I'm glad that there were no other cars here, so I'm feeling really strongly about that other one. So we're not wasting any time. Let's get this loaded up.
So this one, like you said, made sense to come to first because it was on our way. Yep. Now we're headed to where you really believe there's a high likelihood, after reviewing everything, this could be it.
And the reason for it, you know, as we take a look at the map, you know, her brother is down on Macon Drive, where she left. She never made it to her other brother's house. So that means we have a 10-mile stretch that she did not make it. There's only so many boat ramps, and we missed this first boat ramp the first time because we took a different route and we were looking at routes differently last time we were here. So I think that, like I said, if she would have come up that road, which I think that's the road that she would have come up Poisden or Ponsden Road, and then just accidentally made a left prematurely, would have taken her right to the river right there. So let's go focus on that one. Let's see if we can find her. So Pattern Rock here, that's the road that we're on. Last time we were here, we were actually on this road as well as one of the possible routes. I just missed this first left up here, which is going to be the one that's going to take us up here past the ball fields. I sure hope this is the spot. Like, I want to bring her home so bad today. See, it's closed up. So this is a no-go. So she's not going around that gate or anything. Shoot. I was hoping this would be the spot to take us in. Let's go talk to Nug. Well, I was hopeful until we're passing security and going through parking lots and past gates that could have been closed or were closed, and then additional gates over here that are closed, and like we're just not getting down to this boat ramp over here. I don't see any other.
Well, I got the lieutenant of Gadsden and also the head dive master for their dive team.
Right.
Heading here in about, like, he's at a red light and he'll be here in like 5 minutes. He might be able to get that gate open.
Yeah, but she's not, but I mean,
I know, that's what I'm saying, 1 in a million shot.
Yeah, so I mean, there's no reason to even search this one now, unless for some reason they say, oh yeah, this was all open 2 years ago. All right, so let's start back down on Macon Drive then. So coming out of the house is when we came up Sally Springs Road. We checked this location here. We checked a little pond there. We checked a little creek over there. And then would have made a left on Patton. Now, is there any other directions or places to get confused and backed up back here by chance?
Because she didn't have her phone. So she wasn't using her phone as GPS. She had to have been using her car as GPS.
I don't know.
Okay, so here's a section. Let's follow this one. I believe that she could have turned off Padden Road and left onto Riverside Drive. It's one of the routes that we thought that she could have come up. If she did so, we looked at both sides of this bridge and it was too shallow right here coming through. What we did not do is we did not come and we didn't make a left on Camden Cove Lane. Did she get confused by chance, and is that deep enough off of, it looks shallow, but by chance did she come off of Camden Cove Lane, accidentally end up in one of those locations, or continue even further right here? None of this has been searched at all. Lieutenant, how are you?
Man, I'm all right. How you doing?
Good, I'm Jared.
John Allred, how you doing?
Pleasure to meet you.
I'm Doug. Doug.
Doug?
Yep.
Nice. That's a sweet little beard there.
Thank you.
Well, I was hoping that I was really hopeful with this location until I hit that first gate, and then I got back here and I'm like, oh, another gate. And I'm like, well, that takes my most logical location off the list. And so the only other thing that I'm thinking with this now, I mean, now that, you know, we've covered everything downtown, this is out of the question. I might have something over off of River Road. If she would have taken Padden over Riverside Drive and then accidentally made a left on Camden Cove Lane, right now that's kind of the only other location I can think about to go check.
Yeah.
Unless that's too shallow over there.
Well, we've had cars off in there before.
Uh-huh.
But my only thing is populated as that is, it's a bunch of old folks.
Right.
And so surely, unless it was 2 o'clock in the morning, that if she would run off in there, somebody would have seen it.
Right.
So you know, that's why we, you know, kind of, I mean, really had looked there.
Okay.
But
so that's hopeful then, is that you have had cars. It's not been searched in the last 2 years.
No, I'm saying have cars like a drunk guy ran off in there, you know, something like that. So
right. But then we have the unconfirmed rumor as well, you know, with the gas station where somebody stopped and gave her gas, and then she didn't stop at the next gas station and she was doing 80 past that one. Have you heard that rumor?
I've not heard that one.
Okay, so that's something that's going around online as well. But it's an unconfirmed sighting. Nobody's even stating what the location is, but it keeps popping up. It keeps popping up every once in a while. Like, yeah, we gave her like a gallon of gas.
Somebody told me that she's originally from here but moved to Florida.
Okay. All right. So if she was, and she has 2 brothers here, I guess it's safe to assume she was familiar with the area somewhat.
That's why I was thinking she was right here, going here.
One of the possible routes between A and B. Are there multiple routes? You know, is there something that you didn't see before?
Well, you know, like, you know, where y'all were today, the ferries. Okay,
right.
They used to run.
Yeah.
They used to have a ferry there. You throw a car on it, it'd go right across.
Right.
I mean, it saved you like 20, 30 minutes. So, you know, I was thinking, okay, did she think there's still a ferry there?
But yeah. If she was from the area, she knew about it.
Right.
It also wasn't the most logical route for her either, but we also know that she liked to stay off the interstates. So then that would have taken her up to the, you know, to the ferry.
Back several years ago, before Miss Collier went missing, we were out there because somebody was putting their boat in, forgot to put their truck in park. So we had to go there and get it. Well, in the process of trying to find that one, we found another one. Oh. It's about 60 feet deep. No, I'm sorry.
It's 40 feet deep out there.
Yeah, it's at the bottom of 40. It's a 40 foot.
In the middle of the channel is 40 feet.
Right.
Yeah. The Hoke side is 40, and then it goes up to 30, and then
so
20 on the side.
Right in the middle of 40 foot, in the middle. There was one. I don't know what it was, because the guy we had over the team at the time said, no, we're not doing anything past 30 foot. I'm like, but
let's do it.
Yeah. So I mean, no, neither here nor there. But I know there is a vehicle there, if not more.
Right.
So when you go back up there, you know, I'd probably look towards the middle.
Okay.
So with the cases that we have worked being dementia, Nadine was in a location in gravel pits, absolutely made no sense. Ended up in the water was she confused? She didn't know where she was at, ended up in the water. The other, we have confirmed dementia with Thomas Thornton. Thomas Thornton just never saw it coming. He was on a road that where he was at made no sense. Absolutely made no sense. Didn't realize it until it was too late. Another one we're actively working too, Ralph Brown. Like everything about his case does not make sense, and we haven't been able to find him.
as the lieutenant was saying, they have pulled some vehicles out over here, like, you know, drunk drivers that have just kind of gone off the road over here.
Definitely rule this out due to how many eyes are on this area. But, man, we see cars that end up underwater in areas where you would suspect that, wow, how did this get here? How did somebody not see it go in?
Okay, so this first section, 100% already, I'm rolling that one out. This is what we always point out as well. Like, until we actually drive to it and put our own eyes on it.
Yeah, you're not going to get in here at all.
I mean, it's 3 inches deep right here.
Correct.
But we have another one over here we're gonna go check out too. And that one's too shallow. Now, is this one a little bit deeper over here? Could we have a potential off right here?
Shallow on this side.
Shallow over here.
You can see the bottom all the way across. The growth.
Shallow here. Yep, shallow there.
Growth all the way out.
All right, well that takes this off then. One more, Doug, right next to this pond. Let's say that she does come across the 759. Okay, back here behind the mall. Now remember, her brother lived up here to the north in these hills here.
Yeah.
Okay, right here behind the mall, there's like this little quiet back road that goes right along the water right here as well. I think it's too far.
Sense.
I think it's too far off. I don't think it's right next to it.
Well,
but
we can check it out in person then.
Yeah, we can go check that out. And then you also have the 759. But Jeremy here has been up in this area back behind the mall, right? And you said that all this was like 2 feet deep.
Yes.
Okay. And so you've searched. Here's the mall, the Gadsden Mall or whatever it is. Hampton Inn, Guest, Longhorn. But I was just looking at this possibility of this road here. More of a quiet.
I couldn't even get close to it because out in the middle was 2 feet.
Okay. Well, and we have one more here as well, and I have to kind of figure out, like, if she comes across the Henry Bridge here, and she heads up to the north, she makes a left there on Rainbow, I can see her going into that one. We have one more little hidden pond right here as well, but I have to try to figure out how she comes across the Henry Bridge still, but I don't see how she's going to end up in this pond right here. But we do have this pond as an option as well.
Right.
So we'll, like I said, we'll go put eyes on both of them.
Yeah, and we're still waiting to hear back from Jacob and Lindsay as far as the information they have.
That's the one. So we already
found
found it.
the one?
Yeah.
Oh, the one that I was pointing out?
Yep.
Ooh.
So let's head up to there, to that one.
There's a lot of stuff that has been searched already, so make sure you check out the episode that Adventures with Purpose has done already. That link is down below, and also Jeremy has one as well.
Couple of them, don't you?
What?
For
Oh yeah.
how many videos do you have on searching for?
I believe I got 2 or 3.
Yeah. So we'll put those links down below too.
So
Let's go check it out. This
off
one.
camera, is that the pin you sent me?
Yeah.
I searched it.
Here's what?
I searched it.
What?
I searched it.
Oh, you searched that little pond?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that's not off camera. That's
What
totally on camera.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we can do it on camera. I don't want to ruin anything, but yeah,
What did you search it with?
I just took my boat through that tunnel.
So there's 5 locations on Black Creek.
Okay, I'll follow you guys.
All right, let's go knock out Michael first. Does that work for you?
Yeah.
Okay. And just go put eyes on it. I mean, it's 2 miles away.
Starting route.
So real quick,
Head
in
east on
relevance
Camden
to
Cove
your investigation that you guys have all done,
Yeah.
she's got to come over here, right?
Yeah, she has to cross over.
What
one of
about
those 3 bridges?
back here on Black Creek? So you have this comes over Black Creek.
Is Black Creek next to Owl Road to the right?
Oh no, you come up here. You have that comes over Black Creek. That comes over Black Creek.
But
This road comes over, well, that's railroads.
But I want to know if this is if Black Creek thing goes up to Owl Creek Road, or is that a different one? I'm trying to get to the mountain.
The mountain's down here.
Yeah, see, her brother's is up here, so I don't.
Okay.
I don't see her going all the way over here
All right.
because her brother is up here.
Okay. All right.
Because as soon as you come over the bridge, then you go north of town. But leave it on the list until we find her. Everything's in play. So now essentially what we're doing is we're backtracking to the first brother's house right now, is what we're doing. And so this road right here is in play for a route that she could have potentially been on. Remember, older, avoids main roads. All right, so now we've just passed 2 dead-end signs. So she would have seen the first dead-end sign, said, oh, don't go that way. Oh no, second dead-end sign. Now we're cruising past it, and then this is right next to a house as well. And right next to houses don't mean anything. But see how shallow it is right there?
I can see under the dock, I can see the ground.
Yep, same thing right here.
I can see it still.
And I can see everything on the left right here too. Yeah, you can see the bottom of it.
Well, I mean, we don't know until we get there. So those are locations ruled out very easily.
Yep. All right, so you want to try that Bear Creek or Black Creek or?
Yes. Let's drive up that road and lay eyes on the creek. I mean, if the creek is deep enough, it's definitely a really good search area. If the creek is not deep enough, it rules all 5 of those roads that go over there. Although there's no reason for her to be that far
to the
west.
To the west, right?
But with nowhere else to go, I mean, I think it would be safe to rule that out.
In 1,000 feet, turn left.
Closure for the family of Lorraine Virginia Collier 3 years after she disappeared. Today, police confirmed her car and remains were found in the woods northeast of Birmingham.
On Wednesday, rabbit hunters found Virginia's missing car in a previously unsearched area of the Alabama woods. In a news conference Friday, the local sheriff's office says Virginia's purse, wallet, and driver's license were found near the car. Nearby, skeletal remains were also found.
They're still doing DNA and they have not confirmed it's her, but in our hearts, we believe it's time to bring Grandma home.